Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I just caught up with someone. We've been connected on LinkedIn for a couple of years. I was looking through the old messages. I think we're talking about some project this guy did in Cambodia. And anyway, he reached out a while ago, just before I went to Nepal, asking if I could speak at an event that his company was running. And I couldn't, obviously, because I was in Nepal. But when I got back, it's like, hey, if you're in town, like, let's catch up. And so we caught up this morning. And this is based off LinkedIn. We don't even know how we've connected. I think we've got quite a few mutual connections. But the topic of LinkedIn has come up in our conversation today as we're talking. And he was just sharing that he's got a lot of colleagues. He's in the engineering, oil and gas business. A lot of colleagues that work in business development, and they're like, yeah, LinkedIn is terrible. Like, we don't get leads from it. And we had an interesting conversation around that. So I just wanted to share how I feel about LinkedIn today. This probably changes all the time, but I guess I do have a love-hate relationship with LinkedIn. I've loved it for so long. I definitely loved it when I started my business in 2019, and for the first 3 years, maybe even longer, maybe even up until last year, just like I absolutely loved LinkedIn, and something just shifted this year. Why did I love it? I loved it because of the people that you meet, the relationships that you get. It's definitely generated work for me in terms of building my brand on the platform. But if we've been connected for some time, you might have noticed that even this year, I've really gone off it. So in previous years, I've basically posted every single day, Monday through to Friday. But right now, I post maybe once a week, if that. It's definitely have reduced the amount of posting. I'm still on there, I'm still looking at stuff, but what has kind of turned me off is two things. One is the algorithm has significantly shifted. And when I log on there, I'm just seeing posts from 2 or 3 weeks ago that are surfacing, and I don't like that. Then I changed it on to show me the most recent posts, and then I was just showing like all this garbage. So I've just switched it back, but yeah, it still hasn't improved. That's one thing. I don't know if you're noticing that, if your feed is the same. I have talked to a few people that have raised this as a thing. So I just don't like that. I mean, just show me the great stuff of what's been served up in the last 48 hours would be okay. The second thing is the amount of dribble that I see on there. So that's the word of the year, AI slop. There is just so much AI slop. And even when I read what people have written, and they've gone to ChatGPT and zhuzhed it a bit, but they haven't gone back after that, the zhuzhing, and written it in a way that, like, I guess for me is like, would this person actually say that to me? And sometimes the way it's written, it's just like, it kind of just loses credibility quite quickly. And there's so much of it, and a lot of people are engaging with it too. And I just the feel of this place, the playground, the LinkedIn playground, it isn't very enjoyable for me at the moment. Saying that, I need to play the game. So where I'm at is like only posting when I'm really compelled to post. There's so many reasons I could post. I mean, I have a daily podcast. I have daily content that I could push out on that platform. I guess the other part is the second you push out content, then you've got to remember that you've got to respond to comments as well. And so sometimes I just can't be bothered responding to comments, so I won't. But I guess what is drawing my attention, the reason why I am not on LinkedIn as much is because Substack is really drawing my attention. I have my own work fame Substack where I write things, but I also follow really great people on there. I have read an article from the pop star Charlie XCX last night. She wrote about what it's like to be a pop star. It was such a great article. There's just so much in-depth writing on that platform that it just gives me more than what LinkedIn. It's kind of like the new LinkedIn for me at the moment. Now, a lot of people aren't on there. It's kind of very lonely on Substack, not as many connections, but I'm just getting, I guess, more out of it. Not from a brand building perspective, but just from a knowledge, and because you can read anything on there. Like, it's not just business. It's about, like I said, there's a pop star posting. Jenny Blake writes some really great articles, who I followed for a while. Just a lot of in-depth thinking, and with long form content, it just feels a lot better. But yeah, I think I need to get back onto LinkedIn and have a bit more of a presence and continue posting more of the thought leadership stuff. But right now, and I think also December, summer in Australia, people are definitely winding down. So it's like, do you ramp up efforts? What do you do there? But I'm curious, like, what is your relationship with LinkedIn at the moment? I know we're all still on there. We're still very active, but it's just been a bit of a shift in the last few months. But really nice to meet the guy this morning, and based off the LinkedIn, and that is potentially somewhat more work as well. So it's just a good reminder that it is important to have a presence on there and to share your area of expertise and to build relationships on the platform too. So I know there's a lot of, actually, I've got a lot of notifications here. Like people have tagged me and stuff through the week. I haven't responded to anything. So I will be jumping on LinkedIn later today and being thoughtful in my commentary and showing some love back. So if that's been you, thank you and apologies for my absence, and I'll be back on the platform soon. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.